Americus English.
The Book of Nature, Unit 1. When you and I are together, you often ask me questions about many things, and I try to answer them. Now that you are in Mussoorie, and I am in Allahabad, we cannot have these talks. Therefore, I am going to write to you from time to time, short accounts of the story of our earth and the many countries, great and small, into which it is divided. You have read a little about English history and Indian history. But England is only a little island, and India, though a big country, is only a small part of the earth's surface. If we want to know something about the story of this world of ours, we must think of all the countries and all the people that have inhabited it, and not merely of one little country where we may have been born. I am afraid I can only tell you very little in these letters of mine. But that little, I hope, will interest you and make you think of the world as a whole, and of other people in it as our brothers and sisters. When you grow up, you will read about the story of the earth and her people in fat books, and you will find it more interesting than any other story or novel that you may have read. You know, of course, that our earth is very, very old, millions and millions of years old. And for a long, long time, there were no men or women living on it. Before humans came, there were only animals, and before the animals, there was a time when no kind of life existed on the earth. It is difficult to imagine this world of ours, which is so full today of all kinds of animals and humans, without them. But scientists and those who have studied and thought a great deal about these matters tell us that there was a time when the earth was too hot for any living being to survive on it. And if we read their books and study the rocks and fossils, the remains of old animals, we can see that this must have been so.
Please subscribe the channel, like the video, and the most important thing, don't forget to help your friends and family by sharing the video.
Unit 2.
You read history in books. But in old times when men did not exist, surely no books could have been written. How then can we find out what happened then? We cannot merely sit down and imagine everything. While imagination can be interesting, it wouldn't be based on facts we have seen. Fortunately, even though there were no written books in those far-off days, we have things that tell us a great deal, almost as much as a book would. Rocks, mountains, seas, stars, rivers, deserts, and fossils of old animals, these are our books for the earth's early story. To truly understand this story, we must not only read about it in other people's books but also explore the great book of nature itself. Soon, you learn how to read this story from the rocks and mountains. Imagine how fascinating that will be. Every little stone you see lying in the road or on the mountainside may be a page in nature's book, waiting to tell you something, if only you knew how to read it. Just as you need to learn the alphabet of a language, be it Hindi, Urdu, or English, to read, you must also learn the alphabet of nature to decipher her story in the books of stone and rock. Perhaps you already know a little about this. When you see a round, shiny pebble, doesn't it intrigue you? How did it become so smooth and shiny, without any corners or rough edges? If you break a big rock into small bits, each piece is rough and has corners. It's nothing like a round, smooth pebble. That pebble tells a story, if you have keen eyes to see and ears to hear. It reveals that once upon a time, maybe long ago, it was part of a rock, similar to the bits you might break off a large rock with plenty of edges and corners. Perhaps it rested on a mountainside. Then rain washed it down to a little valley, where it found a mountain stream. That stream carried it onward until it reached a small river. Rolling at the river's bottom, its edges wore away, and its rough surface became smooth and shiny, a pebble. The river somehow left it behind, and there it was. Had the river carried it farther, it would have become smaller and smaller, eventually turning into a grain of sand, joining its brothers on the seaside to create a beautiful beach where children build sandcastles. If a little pebble can reveal so much, imagine what we can learn from all the rocks, mountains, and other things around us.